Hello there, my beautiful Pisces. Welcome to Diamond Dragon Lady. My name is Ariel, and this is going to be your 2024 overview tarot reading. Always very excited to do these because it's going to include a 12-month tarot spread where we look at each month of 2024 and we just get a really good idea of the projection and the path that your journey is taking you on for this new year ahead. So we're going to start out with some oracle. For those of you who are new to my channel or haven't been with me long, I am also an astrologer, so we will point out some astrology along the way for you. So let's go ahead and get started. This is going to be your main keyword in the Sacred Destiny Oracle. We're going to see what's coming up for Pisces for 2024. Please, Spirit, let's see anything that you need Pisces to hear for their highest and best good, please. Ooh, Pisces, it is a year of love. That is your key word. So, very loving year. Lots of loving energies coming through. That is a really, really nice one to get. I also love the artwork so much in those cards. But that is your main key word for 2024 is love. And if you ask me, Pisces is honestly one of the most unconditionally loving signs of the zodiac. So I really feel that this is your chance to blossom, to flourish, to love and be loved. And to share all that unconditional kindness and compassion that is natural to your sign. So, I would say this is definitely a year. It's like even if something's really challenging or really difficult, it's like approach it with love. And self-love, of course, is very highly included in that, Pisces. Saturn is in your sign for this whole year ahead. And Saturn is the planet that rules Capricorn. It's very much about responsibilities. It's about limitations. It's also about manifestation and materializing things and bringing things into solid form. And so I personally like, Saturn being in Pisces because it brings manifestation of our dreams and our imagination. I also think for you, Pisces, it brings greater boundaries. It brings greater structure. It helps you to be stronger about who you love, when you love, and making sure that you're loving yourself in that mixture. So I really love to see that. That is a beautiful way to start your read. Let's get into next some astrology cards. I'm going to pull and see, just from spirit, just from the intuitive, what may be some signs or positions in astrology that will be impacting you throughout 2024. All right, we've got Jupiter, and Jupiter is in it's a very supportive position to you, especially the first half of the year, because Jupiter will be in the sign of Taurus. It will move over into Gemini for a couple months out of the year, but when it's in Taurus, it is very, very supportive to that water element of yours. Let's just pull a few more of these to see what else may come out for you, Pisces. We have Virgo. So yes, look at that. That's the opposite side of Pisces. That is a very, very analytical. I analyze, right? I think that that's helping you to bring balance, to bring logic, to bring a more grounded understanding of what's happening. So it's like there is a balance coming in for you this year, Pisces. And for those of you that may have Virgo positions in your chart as well, that's really going to be strong. But this is a year also to heal. It's a year that's very important for routines because Virgo is all about healthful routines. And look at that. We just talked about health and healing. Here we have Chiron coming out with the healing element. So Virgo, healing energy. Yes, Pisces. Make sure to eat well, get enough sleep, get enough water, have a restful routine, have a good exercise routine, all the things that you need to do for optimal health. And let's see what's on the bottom here. Ooh, we have the third house, and that is the Gemini house. So, you know, if there's an area that all this is playing out in, there's healing, there's abundance, there's establishing better routines and patterns for yourself. There may be some purification, some cleansing and clearing. But wow, third house is all about messages, communication. Jupiter is moving out of Taurus into Gemini for part of the year and then back again to Taurus. So this is going to be a year of both, you know, abundance. It will be expansive. You'll be focusing on resources and how to make those work for you the best. But it's playing out in the third house. The third house is the Gemini house. And Jupiter is going to go into Gemini too. So you're going to definitely be getting messages from Spirit, greater communication coming through. And it's really important for you to speak what you feel. If you have a big dream, Pisces, it's important to communicate it this year. Wow, beautiful way to start this reading. Let's get into some more cards. I'm going to pull a spiritual guide or guardian for you next. I always pull these with the month-long readings, and those give you like a guide for the month. But this is going to be a little extra special. This is going to be just one that will be kind of, you know, presiding over the whole of 2024. Even if there's other ones that come up throughout the year to help you, this will be the one that is really, really watching you and helping you. So let's see. Who wants to help our Pisces out for this year? Ooh, and we have Melchizedek. Higher learning. What I say about communication from Spirit. You have learned from experience. More inner study is now required to further progress. So you may be learning about, you know, maybe a spiritual modality, something you're really interested in. Don't be afraid to learn, to grow, to expand your consciousness. And Melchizedek is all about that higher learning. You might really be connecting with the angelic realms too this year, Pisces. That could be very strong. Next, we're going to pull a spirit animal guide for you. Again, this will be your special one for 2024. We love our little spirit animals. I know for me, that's such an important part of my everyday, is connecting with my pets, connecting with the animals outside. So let's see what's coming through, please, from the animal world for Pisces. Ooh, let's see. These kind of came together, but we're just going to take this one. Ooh, yes. The flamingo spirit. Embrace the in-between. Oh, Pisces. So you might be going through a little bit of a balancing act. And I kind of saw that, you know, with the Virgo coming out. We have the balancing act there between two things. You may feel like you've got to really, you know, navigate a process this year where, you know, maybe one thing isn't completely wrapped up and another thing hasn't completely started, and you may have to do a lot of fancy footwork there. I will pull an extra one just because. Okay, so on the bottom we have the giraffe. See the big picture, right? Make sure that if you're, you know, kind of going back and forth between like a choice of maybe partners, a choice of job, a choice of home, things like that coming up, there's that real in-between, almost limbo feeling energy. See the bigger picture if you're trying to make a decision, but also embrace the in-between. Don't fight against it. Sometimes there's a really beautiful thing about being in that process of learning and of figuring it out, right? I think that's actually super, super important. One more oracle card I'm going to pull before we start your tarot reading is going to be this really beautiful deck. I don't get to use it very often. I kind of like to keep it for the year readings, but it's called the Oracle of the Hidden Worlds by Lucy Cavendish, and I absolutely adore it. The artwork is by Gilbert Williams in this one, and it's so beautiful. And what I like to do with it for the year ahead is look into what kind of world, what kind of magical space, What kind of element? What kind of higher place are you embracing? Are you journeying through? It's a little bit ephemeral, but let's see what we have for you, Pisces. Oh, one of my favorites. Absolutely love this card. The Temple of Dreams, Sacred Dreams, Prophecies, and Dream Journeys. And look at that gorgeous, gorgeous artwork. I just want to live in that card. I really do. It's so beautiful. So Pisces, I feel like for you, this is just sort of like the perfect card anyway, because you are such a sign of dreams and visions and the imagination. And to me, this card just feels like such a tranquil, beautiful, peaceful little piece of paradise. We've got our little, crescent moon in the sky, our little lanterns, our little hammocks. We've got a little space by the water. It's just so beautiful. So I feel like for you, this is a year where your dreams very much come into play. Prophetic dreams come into play. If you have a sense about something, or if you feel like something's coming towards you, it really is correct. And pair that together with Melchizedek, with the higher learning. I feel like so much is going to be coming to you through dream communication, spirit communication. That's just very, very nice. So let's get into your tarot and see what this year's journey looks like for Pisces. We're going to go 12 cards, one for each month, January through December, and we are going to clarify each one. So let's see what we've got. All right, we start with the Page of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, King of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, Knight of Pentacles, ooh, Ace of Cups, that's a nice one, Three of Cups, some nice water, ooh, Ten of Pentacles, Pisces, Seven of Wands, Renewal, which is the same as the Judgment, the Magician, and the Lovers. Wow, yep, it's definitely a loving energy in this year. So let's go ahead and jump in. All right, so the first card of the year for January is going to be the Page of Swords. This to me is very strong Gemini energy. It is talkative, it's communicative, it's youthful, a little immature. You might have a lot of ideas, a lot of communication, a lot of people, talking to you, texting you, emailing you, all that kind of stuff. At the worst, what this card can devolve into is like gossip and maybe believing something that isn't really true. My joke about the Page of Swords is always don't believe everything you read on the internet because it's a little bit like that. So really definitely vet where all your communication comes from. This, third house, there's going to be lots of messages and lots of communication, and the year definitely starts out that way. But the beautiful thing to me about the Page of Swords, Pisces, is it can really fill you with new ideas, new inspirations, and new outlets for your own creativity, which you have in abundance. So let's get a clarifier, please, on this Page of Swords. We have the Six of Swords. So part of what you're thinking about, part of what you're aiming for is a more peaceful life this year. Like if anyone's bringing you drama, like you're just like, nope, I don't want that. Like you might literally be just blocking certain people that you communicate with, on a regular basis or semi-regular. And it's like, if they're just constantly bringing you drama, bringing you gossip, bringing you down, you're just like, no, I don't want to fill my head with that. Like you're truly wanting to clear your mind of anything that is hurtful, anything that's wasting your time, anything that's just hurting you. And it may make you feel like you're kind of having to let something go, but you're going to a better place. Like there's something far greater coming in for you. Second month of the year, February, we have the Queen of Pentacles. This is our Capricorn Queen. She's a favorite of mine because she has a little pet bunny rabbit just like I do. And so I love her. She is, very stable, very practical. She knows how to invest her time and her energy wisely. Part of that symbology of the rabbit, is that rabbits are very fertile. They're a symbol of abundance and, of having great success, but they are also very cautious, right? They're very grounded to the ground. They can hear everything around them. And if something doesn't feel right, if it doesn't pass the vibe check, that rabbit is out of there. And she really pays attention. It's like, if my bunny doesn't like them, I think I better listen to that, right? So if something feels off, she's the same. She's very sensitive. She knows when something's not quite right and can act accordingly. So you might be a little bit more stable. You might really be watching your money. You might be, careful about where you invest your time and your energy for that month of February. But I really love that Queen of Pentacles because I always feel like, she's just a very solid person. She understands and appreciates, quality people, quality energy. She's not going to put up with something that's below her standards. She has high standards. And clarifying that, yes, because, again, same, we got more swords. You got the Nine of Swords. I really feel like anything that has been worrying you, has been bringing you down, just like with that Six of Swords, it's like you really are ready to let that go. And Pisces, a lot of the time, honestly, you're such a sensitive soul, and I have a lot of Pisces in my chart. I totally get it, that you can sometimes give your energy to people that aren't really going to treat you right. And so I just feel like this is you making a choice to really put yourself back on the throne, seeing your self-value, your self-worth, not in an arrogant way, not in that way, right? It's not like, oh, I'm better than you, but it's really about the vibration. And if they're a lower vibration than you, Pisces, they're just going to drag you down and they're going to keep you in this really unhappy place. So I just see you kind of setting yourself apart from that. That's how that energy feels to me. Going into the month of March, Pisces season, we do have the King of Swords. This is Aquarius energy, Aquarius King. So to me, you're really embracing your logical side, your more practical nature. He is the master strategist, right? He always comes up with a practical plan. If you were an air sign or so, I would say, don't get too stuck in your head. But Pisces, I think you're more often in your emotions. So sometimes it's okay, right, to use your mind, to use your logic. There is a lot of swords energy coming in these first 3 months. So I feel like, instead of letting your mind turn into, just a place for worry and anxiety and stress, this is like making a practical plan. And if that means, removing yourself from certain situations, certain people, that's what you got to do. But what I really see is you're starting to put your mind to something. Like you might have a really big dream. I see that, right? We're like I said, you may have a really big dream. You may have something you really want to do. And you may say, how do I get there? What do I do? How do I figure it out? How do I sort it out? Let's get a clarifier, please, on the King of Swords for Pisces. And look at that. We have the Lovers. You may be very practical about love. And the other thing that you may be practical about this year, Pisces, is making the best decision between lovers, especially for my single Pisces. If you're dating a couple different people, there's more Gemini energy. You might have a Gemini around you. You might have an Aquarius around you. Could have a Capricorn around you. There's a lot of that energy here. But to me, the Lovers is traditionally a card of making a choice, right? It is about making a divine decision. And especially with the love connotation, it can absolutely be like, instead of just jumping right in with whatever, my intuition, my heart is telling me, I need to think about this too. I want to make a good choice from both my head and my heart. So March could be a very big determining month for love for you, Pisces, especially if you're single and trying to decide between, who should I date? Who should I commit deeper to? Like, who should I, become official with? All of that. Going into the month of April, check it out. We've got our Jupiter card, our Wheel of Fortune here, Jupiter energy. You had that Jupiter planet coming out in your oracle. So I feel like April could be a very big month of expansion. This may be the month where you really start to implement all these ideas, because this is moving past the old, the outworn, stretching, growing, moving into a new place. This can be the end of delays. If you have felt, stagnant or in stasis for a while, this is coming out of it in the month of April. And look at that. Yes, getting closer to your hopes and dreams and wishes with the Nine of Cups. So April looks like a really nice month. This is like coming out of indecision, coming out of maybe some decision making that you're going through in the beginning of the year that's a lot more weighty on your mind and your heart, and feeling like, yes, I'm going in the right direction. I made the right choice. I'm going towards the direction of my dreams. In the month of May, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So this, to me, again, we had that Virgo energy in your oracle, and this is the more Virgo energy, right? Is slow and steady wins the race. Some readers don't like the Knight of Pentacles because they feel like he's just too slow, that he thinks things over too much, and I love, even in this art, he's not actually on the horse yet because he's making his plans before he gets going. But my feeling is that he is the most successful Knight of the Tarot because he may be slower. He may take more time getting there, but he always gets there, right? He is the most successful outcome, right? He has the best chance of completing the journey because he planned ahead well. So this, to me, is you planning your journey, making sure that you've got all of your information or whatever it is that you need to have organized. So let's get a clarifier on this one. And yes, I think too, this is a strategy for how you are going to stay out of that sort of spiritual cold or emotional cold. Sorry, I just bumped my camera. Because we have the Five of Pentacles, and this is a scarcity consciousness. I don't want that to be the thing that informs your actions in the month of May. Most of the month of May is Taurus season, and it's a little bit of Gemini at the end, right? So you may be very, very focused or very, hyper aware of resources during this month. And I don't want you to fall into like a super fearful energy of like, oh gosh, what if I don't have enough? What if I can't make enough? All that kind of thing. This could also be a strategy for literally coming in out of the cold, like maybe reconnecting with someone that you haven't talked to in a while, maybe reconnecting with some part of yourself that you haven't connected with in a while. So this can be a really beautiful time of changing your tactics, changing the way that you get what you want, right? And instead of this, oh, I just can't change it, oh, there's nothing I can do, I see you sitting here making a plan. Like, I know I've got to do something differently. I know that I've got to change my life around so that I can literally and figuratively come in out of whatever cold that I've been in, or whatever state of separation or loneliness that I may have been in. So going into the month of June, beautiful. We've got the Ace of Cups here, especially for your reading, Pisces. I really love it because to me, aces are a blessing from Spirit. They're the hand of Spirit, hand of the divine coming in and giving us a gift. And so this could be a greater state of love, a greater state of emotional connection. I really feel that here, you're really looking for that connection. You're looking to come in out of the cold, and you're making a practical, very grounded plan. And I feel like in June, boy, Spirit is like helping you along with that. This can be, those beautiful new emotional or spiritual experiences. Romantic relationships or friendships can really start to take off during this time. Psychic and intuitive abilities are heightened very strongly. So it's just a wonderful card to get in any reading, in my opinion. Yeah, look at that. Oh, Pisces. There may be some sense of resurrection in your heart. This Judgment card, coming back from the dead, literally, right? This regeneration, this renewal. To me, the Judgment card is like a higher vibration of the Death card. It brings us to a new state. And the Death card is like the actual transformation, the really difficult process that we have to go through. And Judgment is like the rebirth. That's the phoenix from the ashes after the ashes, right? Then getting into our summer, we've got in July the Three of Cups. So Pisces, this is definitely a month where you want to have a little fun. Maybe if you've been working really hard, it's time to either take a break, take a trip, just hang out with some friends, enjoy your space, enjoy your time. There's something celebratory about it. Just let yourself loosen up during that month of July. And the Seven of Pentacles. So I think at the same time, this is exactly what's coming into my head is the watched pot never boils, right? And you may be growing a business, you may be growing something in work. And if you focus on that too much, right? It's not wrong to cultivate that because that's definitely your Seven of Pentacles is cultivating that. But if you focus on it too much, it's like it just doesn't seem to grow. So if you go and you relax and you take a little downtime and you truly, disconnect from all that for a little while, this is going to grow even better during that month of July. That's what that feels like. Going into the month of August, we have one of the best cards of the tarot, the Ten of Pentacles. Very strong Virgo Capricorn energy. To me, this is the wisdom of the years. It's all of your plans coming together. It's feeling more stable. Many times it can come along with, finances getting better. I just feel like there's some things that you've put into place that start to pay off or start to at least show you that they're going to pay off here. But to me, if you've got the Ten of Pentacles along with either an Ace of Cups or Ten of Cups, it's just a fabulous kind of reading. So I'm excited about your year, just looking at what we've got here. Yes, and look at this. We go from the Seven of Pentacles to the Eight of Pentacles. You are a busy little fishy this year, Pisces. You are just working and working. I think you find something this year that you really enjoy doing, or you're good at it, or just something about it just clicks for you. And it's like you start, you cultivate it, you get even better at it, and the more you do it, the better you get at it. Here as we get into the month of September, Seven of Wands. So I feel like you're actually quite protective of yourself at this point. It's like, nobody mess with Pisces, nobody come at me, because you are standing up for yourself and having a lot more confidence maybe than before, because you've really started to build something for yourself that you feel very strongly about. This is also a card of picking your battles wisely. So it's not like you want to just go around picking fights. And I always say you don't have to attend every argument that you're invited to. So Pisces, just be aware. You might have some argumentative people, but you don't have to pick up on that energy. Just stand firm in yourself, be confident, and feel good about doing that in that month of September. Ooh, yes, because you are manifesting. You have got the magic this year. Look at that with our Magician. And to me, this taps into this time of year. I believe Jupiter will be in Gemini by then. And then, this is what's coming into play, because Gemini, that's our little Magician. Gemini and Virgo, we have both of those influences with you in your cards. So this is truly like what you put your mind to, you can achieve it. You can do it. And you're very protective about it. You're like, don't mess with my process. I've got something good going. Judgment card is coming up yet again. So this is second time. Like I said, higher vibration of the Death card. After the death, we have the actual, restoration. We have the regeneration. We have the phoenix rising from the ashes of the fire. So Pisces, to me, there's a little bit in this reading that reminds me a little bit of the Capricorn reading. If you have Capricorn in your chart, you may want to watch that one as well. because the Judgment card came up for them. And it's, very much that comeback year kind of energy. And I feel like you may be feeling that just a little bit as well. For different reasons astrologically that are happening to you. But you may feel this is a year of resurrections and rebirths as well, since this is coming up twice. Yeah, and look at that. I mean, we've got a lot of swords, the Eight of Swords, Six of Swords, Nine of Swords. This to me is breaking free from self-limiting beliefs. Eight of Swords is definitely when you're stuck in that trap of your mind that just won't stop, right? The mind just keeps going and going and going around in circles. And I feel like this could be a true, like, huge breakthrough in this month of October. It's like, for once and for all, some kind of mental routine that's not been fun for you. It's like you finally get yourself out of it. And look at this, for November, we have our Magician card a second time coming up. So absolutely, magic is alive in your life, Pisces. Look at that. Yes. What you need to be a successful manifest. If you believe it, you can do it. The Magician is ruled by Mercury, and Mercury rules Virgo and Gemini. It is all about communication. It's all about the powers of the mind. And to me, the Magician is absolutely that card of saying, putting all your resources, your talents, your abilities together and creating true magic, true alchemy. And look at that. Yeah, it might be a little bit stressful. You might feel a little bit of pressure or tension in yourself in November. There might be a bit of a test, like it's sort of, you may have, like, say, a job interview or, something that you've put together and you've got to get it just so, and you might be feeling a little stress around it. Five of Wands can be a little bit of a tussle, a little tug of war energy. It's not awful. Like, a lot of people might make it seem a lot worse than it really is. But what that to me feels like, in astrology, there's, an aspect called the square, and it's a 90-degree angle that causes a lot of friction. But the friction also causes us to get moving. So I feel like in November, you really have that, like, itchy energy inside. The friction is going. You don't have a choice but to move, to act, to try something new. You might, if you've got coworkers or you've got people that are working with you, you might feel a little bit of that tug of war with them. But I would just put that out there, that it's not like a huge big battle. It's just a little tussle, a little friction, a little spark. Wrapping up the year with the Lovers card coming out a second time. So Pisces, if you don't find or choose a partner in the month of March, we have that there. This could be coming up again very strongly in December, at the end of 2024, especially for singles, right? And I would say if you do choose somebody around that time of, like, early spring or summer, earlier in the year, I think that it may just mean that your relationship is going to the next level by the time you get to December. For those of you that are already in relationships and you feel pretty well grounded, I feel like there are some decisions you might be making with your partner, right? And by the end of the year, it's like that kind of, those decisions become more fully formed. They become even more integrated. But to me, your keyword is love. The Lovers come up twice. It is a very loving year. So even if you're single, I feel like this is a year where there's a lot of opportunities for romance, greater friendships, and connections. And look at that. Oh, yes. And I feel like Pisces, with the Strength card, you are really working to be your very best self in a relationship. And you might also be attracting people who are doing the same. Nobody's perfect, but if we're both working to be our best selves on our own and for each other, those are the best kind of relationships. The Strength card, to me, is such a gorgeous one. It is Leo energy. It's woman is the symbol of spirit, our own spirit. And the lion is our physical form, our human nature, right? That roaring lion. And our inner spirit is constantly calming the lion, saying, don't be upset, don't feel too bad, knowing how to soothe and work with that human nature that we all have. So it's really becoming more strong, more courageous, facing down your own fears, facing down your own, issues or things that you have to work through. And that's why I think that paired with the Lovers is really beautiful, because it's really a sense of, looking to be your best self in a relationship or in a friendship. On the bottom of the decks, we have, again, the Five of Pentacles, and we have the Four of Wands. Again, you've got a lot of cards doubling up in this reading, and now that doesn't always happen, but there's a lot of doubles. This one came out twice. So again, don't let negative thoughts manifest into actual issues or challenges. I would steer away from a scarcity complex. Even if you have, real worries, don't compound them by investing even more, anxiety into them. And that's many times easier said than done. I understand, but it's really important to try a different tactic, a different strategy, just like in this month of May. And I think you're going to be doing that. We also have the Four of Wands, very strong card of happy homecoming, synchronicities, soulmate kind of energy coming together. It's a beautiful card. So I just want to point out, Pisces, we've got a lot of doubling up. So we had the Magician twice, very magical year. We have the Judgment twice, year of rebirth and renewal, Phoenix from the ashes, right? We had the Lovers twice. Yeah, did I mention that one already? Yeah, very, very loving year. And of course, we have that Five of Pentacles twice. So definitely strategize and work to find alternate ways to not get into a feeling of scarcity or aloneness. Let's get into some blessings for you, Pisces. This is a beautiful year. You have a lot of good stuff going on. And I think that this is going to be, nice. There's a good energy. We all have challenges, of course, in any given year, but I feel like you're very proactive about working through those. So let's see, Spirit, what is Pisces being blessed on for 2024? Ooh, yes. Look at that. And it's interesting. The last tarot card we would have looked at was the blessing of the home, right? The Four of Wands. So that is your blessing this year, Pisces, is a blessing on a home. And so this may be, more peace within your home. This may be moving into your own home. This may be finding a true place that feels like home to you. This whatever is going on within your domestic sphere, there is peace, there is a blessing within that home environment. So Pisces, my blessings to you on a beautiful 2024, and I will be looking forward to seeing you again very soon. Take care.